To punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. On 1st down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. Getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 25. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Now Chubb running right. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Now Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll give it to Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Wilson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Here's a give to Dobbins. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 20-yard line. 46 yards on the ground for him so far.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him. I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jadeveon Clowney. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. This is going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3-and-out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and score. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, but I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They go with Chubb on second down, fighting him off. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to the ground, this time it's Chubb, and he gets this to the 35, good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. Finding room to the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got his tight end. It's Hooper for the Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper, as the first half is winding down. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. A swing pass here to Edwards. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Dumps it off to Edwards. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. Going to get the kick off in time. And that'll set him back 5. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 48 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Dobbins trying the left side. Down the numbers. There he goes. 30. 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. 78 yards. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Wilson going to throw for it. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A quick throw complete out to Beckham. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Hunt. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 151 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. He's going to float this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play that time for Cleveland. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run again with Hunt. Space to run past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Wilson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And now off to the races, down the right side, past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run again with Hunt. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Swings this out for Hunt. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
Again, it's Hunt. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that. And did he break the plane? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Kareem Hunt, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Throwing is Wilson. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at second down.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game, just his second incompletion, and we're in the fourth quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's gotten some help from his receivers as well. They also are locked in.
Yeah, the drops have been at a bare minimum. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance going for it on fourth. Fourth down, Mayfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to let it fly. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. Now Wilson throwing right, and that's complete. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Wilson. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So with an even 30 seconds to go, everything will come down to this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Mayfield. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down. A carry here for Hunt. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he is going to have a Browns first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more